Hi everybody, as you can see we are in the kitchen today, and the reason is that we're doing a new unit. We're doing unit 6 and it happens to be about food and drink and all that. So I thought it would be a good idea to come out of the room where I did all the filming last week and do it here, and do some here in the kitchen, okay? Also there are some questions. Some of you don't have a printer for the study guide. I will write you instructions, clear instructions, and I'll post them in Google Classroom, okay? So everybody can see them. Right now, I want to show you some things here in the kitchen. Okay, so what do we have here? Have a look. Think, what can you see? All right, maybe you should take a pen and write down everything that you can see in the pictures that I show you. Okay? So here you go, look at this. And this. And this. Notice this as well. Yeah. You can see the time I'm recording this. And let's move on to the table, and we have a few things here as well. That's the table all set for a meal. Okay, right, so now you should really press pause so you have time to write everything, and I'll give you some answers in a minute. All right. Okay, so what do we have here? We have some drawers here, drawers that you can open and close. And we have some food. We have an avocado, you can see here, all right? And then there are some obvious things, I don't need to say everything, but we have a tomato. Tomato, that's American pronunciation. In England, you would hear tomato, okay? Now this, what is this? Some of you, well, what I mean is the pronunciation needs to be right. This is a pear, all right? It's a pear, not a pear like some people mispronounce. This is a pear, okay? Everybody knows this. Garlic, carrot. This is an onion, okay? Notice the pronunciation, onion, not onion, okay? Onion. And then here we have some berries. These berries is actually a generic name. It refers to a lot of fruit whose name ends in berry. Can you think of any? I'm sure you're all familiar with strawberry, for example. So we have strawberries, we have cranberries, blueberries, mulberries. These are actually blueberries, arándanos, okay? We have a couple of eggs in a little plate, well, in a bowl actually, maybe it's a cereal bowl. And then we have, this has a name in England and one in America. In England, you would call this a tin, maybe, or, well, nowadays a can, okay? Nowadays in England, you hear more the American name, which is, this is a can of Coke, 0 sugar, okay? This is, what do you call this? This is called a jar, un tarro, okay? And inside, what's inside? Strawberry, yeah? Strawberry what? Strawberry, don't say marmalade, okay? This is not marmalade, this is jam, strawberry jam, J-A-M. Marmalade is always made of orange, okay? So if it's not orange, it's not marmalade, it's jam. Here we have something which we call in English flower, the same as a rose, a carnation, flower. And here, another one of those things that has one name in Britain, that's biscuits, and a different one in America, cookies. All right, let's move on to the left. What do we have here? We have, this is a kettle. Don't call it a teapot because it's not a teapot. It's a kettle where you boil water, okay? Now this here, this is a teapot. This is a teapot from Morocco. I'm sure some of you will recognize the origin. We have a little coffee machine here, an Italian coffee machine, coffee maker. And here we have some pineapple. That's the pronunciation, pineapple. Okay. This here is the oven. Okay, oven. I also have a microwave, but I'm showing you the oven. Okay. By the way, these things are on the cooker. All right. This is an induction cooker. Don't confuse the word cooker with cook. Cook is the verb. I cook here in this room, or we cook here in this room. But cook is also the name of the person that cooks. Okay, so you can say the cook is cooking. This is called, the machine is the cooker. All right, so all these things are on the cooker. Let's move on to the table now. So what do we have here? We have some cutlery, okay, cutlery. That includes a fork over there, knife and spoon. And we also have a napkin. All these are the things that you need for setting a table. Apart from this, we also have some things for drinking. Let's have the names. We have a cup here. Can you see the cup? This is a cup. Cup and saucer. This is the saucer. S-A-U-C-E-R. Saucer. This, quite often, people call it a cup, but it's more a mug. M-U-G. A mug. Okay? This, for beer, is also called a mug. So the difference between a cup and a mug is that one is bigger than the other one, normally. Like the little one for the coffee, or like the this would be called a cup with, maybe it's the shape, it's difficult to say. And then we have the mug there, and then here we have a glass. And this, what do you call this? This is for wine. This is a wine glass, okay? In Spanish, copa de vino, but in English, it's not a cup. The cup is this, not this. This is a glass, a wine glass, all right? And then apart from that, we have here a cutting board and a knife and some bread with seeds all over, seeds, semillas. And here we have the kitchen roll. Okay, so let's continue a little bit. Now I'm going to ask you to take your pen and paper and make a list of everything you had to eat yesterday. But not the name of the dish, but every single thing, okay? Make a list of at least 10 things. Use the dictionary if you need to use it, all right? Here's an example, something I had yesterday. I had coffee, I had milk, I had bread, butter, I had a bit of jam, some marmalade as well. Remember the difference between the two. Some cheese, ham, okay, ham. And then later for lunch I had some pasta, I had some crab. Crab is the cangrejo. I had mussels. I had some lettuce, onion, egg, cake, etc. So take your pen, see if you can make a list of 10 things at least. All right? Press the pause button if you need to. And I will continue with something else now. All right? Okay, you need your pen and your paper as well. All right. Now I'm going to give you names of categories of food. And I will ask you to continue the list. For example, if I say types of fish, then you need to, with your pen and paper, you need to write as many kinds of fish or seafood that you can think of. Examples are, for example, sardines, prawns, that's gambas, cod, C-O-D, cod, that's bacalao. We have octopus, pulpo, etc. Okay? So remember to press pause anytime you need more time. So here we go. How many types of meat can you think of? Write it down. Meat. Okay, so some examples are beef, that's a young cow, pork, chicken, and duck, for example. Now, types of fruit, what can you think of? We saw some earlier on when I showed you the food on the kitchen surface. Okay, apple, orange, banana, avocado, okay. Now, the next category is vegetables. How many different types of vegetables can you think of? Okay, so we got, for example, lettuce, cabbage, that's called cabbage, C-A-B-B-A-G-E, cabbage, cauliflower, all right, and tomatoes as well, although some people will say, no, tomato is a fruit, it's not a vegetable, whatever, you can put it in one or the other category. The next one is dairy products. Dairy products. Dairy is lácteo, and the spelling is D-A-I-R-Y. Dairy products. Products made with milk. Okay? Think. Okay, so we have milk, we have butter, cheese as well, and yogurt. And finally, then my last question is everything that you need to set the table. What do you need to set the table? It's something I showed you earlier when I showed you the part of the kitchen where the table is. Okay? That's easy, isn't it? Cutlery, including knife, fork, spoon, napkin, and then there'll be a glass. And later on you'll probably need a cup if you're having a coffee as well. All right, so we are now right. Okay, so now I think I'll ask you to look at page 52 of your book, and we'll have a look at the first exercise. I won't give you the answer. You will need to think about that, but I want to go through the vocabulary. Okay, here we have in exercise 1, we have categories. One is fish, 2 is meat, etc. And then we have some food items in A, B, C, etc. And you have to match the categories with the food items. Categories. One of them is fruit. Remember that there's a silent letter there that you don't pronounce. Fruit, not fruit. All right. Dairy products is number 5. We already talked about the meaning of that. And then we have food items. We have lettuce, which we also talked about, and pineapple. In B, we have also talked about, well, most of them. We've talked about potato, carrot, and onion, and cabbage as well. And then we have cucumber. Cucumber. I don't know if you're familiar with that word. That's un pepino. C is milk. Everything should be clear. Notice the pronunciation of the third one, which is dessert. Although it's spelled with double S, the pronunciation sounds as if it should be one S. Dessert. Okay? Yogurt. Cream. Cream is a confusing word. People often say crema. It's not crema, it's nata. Okay? Cream is nata. Let's go to D, and we have beef, that from the cow. Okay? Prawns, that's gambas. Duck, rabbit, lamb, cordero. Okay? Lamb. Don't pronounce the B at the end. Lamb. E, we have bread, pasta, noodles, and everything else you should know. Pasta and noodles, what's the difference? Pasta, normally spaghetti, macaroni, that's pasta. Noodles, that's like the fideos or the pepitas or estrellitas or letter soup, you know. That's noodles. And finally, F is fish, and you should know cod, I already mentioned, that was bacalao. And we have salmon with another silent letter. Which letter is silent? Salmon. Tuna, the same as in Spanish, you put the last letter at the beginning and you have it. Tuna. Carp, carpa, mushroom, trout, that's trucha. Okay? And I think that's it for this page. If you look at page 53, we have the inside story. This I'm going to ask you to read at home, okay? And you will find in the study guide, you will find a vocabulary exercise with very precise questions about the text. I'm not going to read it now. You can read it. And anything that's not too clear, you can ask me. All right? And now we are going to do a listening exercise. But for that, I'm going to move you to the room where I can show you the screen because I'll need it. Okay? So, hope you liked our visit to the kitchen. Okay, so now we're going to do a listening, and what you have to do is, well, you will hear conversation of some people ordering some food in a sandwich bar, okay? Ordering food in a sandwich bar. So what you need to do is you need to write down the order and the prices, okay? This is in your book. Let me have your book, just a second. Okay, so if you look at page yeah, this is on page 53. All right, it's 2 customers in a sandwich bar. So what do they order and how much is it? How much do they pay in the end? Okay, I'll show you a picture as we listen, so you don't have to see me.
Next, please.
Hi, we'd like to order some sandwiches.
Sure. To eat in or take away?
To take away. I'd like a chicken sandwich.
And cheese and tomato for me, please.
Okay. Would you like sliced bread or a baguette? The baguettes are freshly made.
Okay, I'll have the baguette.
Sliced bread for me. Do you have brown bread?
Yes, we do. So that's a chicken baguette and a cheese and tomato sandwich on brown bread. Would you like any extra fillings?
Yes, please. Can I have some salad in the baguette?
Okay. Would you like some homemade soup with that? Today's soup is chicken and mushroom.
Oh, sounds tasty. Yes, please.
Not for me. Thanks.
And what would you like to drink with that?
A bottle of sparkling water for me, please.
I'll have a coffee. Do you do decaf?
Yes, we do. Regular or large?
A regular will be fine.
Would you like some desserts? We have a great selection of homemade cakes and muffins.
Those do look appetizing. I think I'll have a blueberry muffin.
And me. Oh no, make mine a chocolate brownie.
Would you like to pay for that together or separately?
Together.
Separately.
No, I'll get this one, Claudette. My treat.
Oh, okay. Thanks very much.
Together, please.
So that's €15.50 altogether, please.
Here you are.
That's $4.50 change. I'll just get your order ready for you.
Okay, I won't give you the answer, but I do want to go through some of the vocabulary that we heard in the recording. Talks about, she says, would you like any extra fillings? Fillings would be rellenos. Would you like some fillings? Okay? It sounds tasty. One of the customers said tasty, like sabroso. Things may sound tasty and also appetizing. Appetizing is apetitoso. When they're paying, he says, I'll get this one. I will get this one. I'll pay. It's my treat. It's my treat. Es como es mi invitación. That's another use, a very common use of the verb to treat somebody. To treat somebody is tratar a alguien, but it's also invitar a alguien, okay? I'll treat you, all right? And now we're going to have a better look at more specific vocabulary in the listening. Remember, you should really listen to it twice, okay? So you should press pause, listen to it again, the way we always do it in class. Let's have a look at some of the vocabulary here now. Okay, I think you should be able to see this one, no? Let's have a look. Bit bigger, maybe? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so here we have some of the vocabulary that they talk about in the recording. What you need to do here is you need to look at this column on the left and the column on the right and match them. Match the opposites, all right? More or less opposites. So think about it, and as usual, press pause so you can take your time. Okay? Have you done it? Did you press pause and continue? So here we go. Sliced bread, that would be the opposite of a baguette. Okay? Sliced bread sería pan cortado a rebanadas, a slice, una rebanada. And a baguette, that's the French word, una barra. Sparkling water is the opposite of still water. Sparkling water, agua con burbujas, o sea, con gas. And still water, agua sin gas. Still has another meaning. It's the opposite of moving. Still is quieto. Okay, so agua quieta, agua con burbujas. All right. Mothers say to their children, please sit still. No te muevas tanto. Okay, regular coffee. The opposite, decaf. Descafeinado, decaffeinated, but decaffeinated is very long, and English people don't like long words, as I often tell you. Right, so we have here a regular. Here the opposite is a large Coke. Regular or large? That's in the conversation. Okay, regular is like normal, una normal, una grande. Large, grande, not largo. Largo, remember, it's long. Okay, to take away? No. To eat in. A sandwich to take away? A sandwich to eat in. A sandwich, sushi, whatever. To pay separately? Together. Strawberry, blueberry, jam, blueberry jam, mermelada, o sea, confitura de arándanos. And to treat is the opposite of to be treated. To treat somebody, invitar a alguien, ser invitado by somebody, por alguien, okay? And now, to finish with, I'm going to show you a little bit more vocabulary to talk about. Okay, so what we do here is we discuss the difference between the words in each pair. Ham, jam, marmalade, one by one. Here you should really, again, press pause and do it yourself and decide. What do we have here? Ham and jam. One is from pork. The other one is breakfast spread. So which one is from pork? This one, ham, jamón. Jam, mermelada, don't get confused, okay? This mistake I see relatively often on menus. Jam, marmalade. Jam we already talked about. Marmalade is mermelada, but made from oranges, okay? Jam is strawberry, peach, whatever, peach, mermelada. Omelette and scrambled egg. What's the difference? I think the difference is the shape, la forma. No? This is compact, usually round. This doesn't have a shape. It's just, you know, you fry the egg and you move your fork all the time, but you don't give it a shape. Menu and menu. Careful, false friends. El menú del día, for example, is a few dishes, not plates, a few dishes that the restaurant offers for a set price. Un precio fijo. For example, first course, primer plato, first course, not first plate, first course, salad. Main course, plato principal, steak and chips, dessert, an orange, okay, wine and bread included. Right, so that's the menu, but in English, menu, that's the whole list of what the restaurant offers, okay, what the restaurant has to offer. So you go to a restaurant in England and say, can I have the menu, please? And they bring you the carta. That's la carta in Spanish. Right, a little bit more. Deep fry, stir fry. Fry, freír. Deep fry, freír en profundidad, profundo. Freír profundo. That's in a lot of oil. And that's usually, I don't know, maybe chips, some people. I don't like to deep fry chips, but anyway, some dishes, you fry them in a lot of oil. And stir fry, this is freír removiendo, to stir es remover, okay? So this would be como saltear. Right. Oven, microwave. They are both ovens, but this one is the traditional one, el horno. This one, microondas. It's also an oven. Okay, seafood, shellfish. What's the difference? The difference is one includes the other one. Which one is the big one? Seafood. Seafood is all the food that comes from the sea. Shellfish, marisco. Shell is la concha o el caparazón. Okay, so fish con caparazón, gambas, prawns, crab, lobster, etc. Okay, so marisco, pescado in general. Stock and soup. Right. Soup, we all know. Soup, that's the pronunciation, not so. Soup, tomato soup, chicken soup, etc. Stock. What is the stock? The stock is the liquid that you need for making paella, for example. It's el caldo. Okay? Caldo, sopa. Melon, watermelon. Very similar. But one is red. Which one is red? Watermelon. With black what? Black seeds. Melon is usually white or light yellow. Grape and grapefruit. Grape. 12 grapes. That's what you have on the 31st of December to celebrate the coming of the new year. What do you call the 31st of December? It has a name. Do you remember? We saw it in class. You remember? It's called New Year's Eve. E-V-E. Okay, you have 12 grapes. Grapefruit. It sounds similar, but it's not. Grapefruit is pomelo. Okay? Pomelo. Like a big orange, very bitter. Well, bitter. Sour. Rare, medium. Rare or medium. This is when you order a steak in a restaurant, they ask you, how do you want it? And you say rare, that means cooked very little, and medium, medio punto, right? Medio hecho. So, jar and jug. Jar, we already have seen. This normally is where the marmalade is, a jar of marmalade, and the jug is where the water is. The jug is full of water and you pour it into the glass. This is in general. In Britain there are some variations and sometimes it can be confusing, but I won't go into this because I'll confuse you. I don't want to confuse you. Finally, fridge and freezer. One of the two is colder than the other one. Which one is colder? The freezer. Here things are frozen and they keep for a long time. Fridge is 4 degrees, 5 degrees, and it's what you open and close all the time in the kitchen. Okay, so I think that's it. Thank you for listening, and I remind you that I love to hear from you, your impressions, your suggestions to make this a better program. Thank you. See you another day.